Well, I'm so happy to have Stacy Rogers here as the Business Spotlight interviewee. I'm so excited to have you. I want people to know your story because you have a fascinating story. You've got 3 businesses. I'm not going to tell anything else because I want them to hear it from you. So I'm just going to get right into it and start asking you some questions. And I know people are going to be interested in hearing your story. So Stacy Rogers, I'm going to say Mary Kay director, owner and founder of Kids Closet and Eberly Farm event venue owner. And you have some interesting timelines to tell us about that. So tell us, what do you do, Stacy, and for how long?
Well, thank you so much, Lee, for having me on today. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to share with people about the things that I do. I have been an entrepreneur for about 30 years. And when I was thinking about that, I was like, wow, that's a long time, but I'm only 18. Right. Okay. No. So, yeah, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. I've been a director of Mary Kay Cosmetics for almost 8 years. And I've been the owner of Kids Closet Wichita, Blue Springs, and Lee Summit, Missouri for the last 2 years. And then for the last year, I've been the owner of Eberly Farm. And so that's been quite a fun trip.
That is, I love it. I think they're all, I love all of the ranges in which you get to the people that you get to meet and your customers and so forth from those. I know you're going to talk about that a little bit too. So describe, if you would, Eberly Farm. And what is Eberly Farm?
So Eberly Farm is a wedding and event venue. So weddings are held there and corporate events are held there.
Okay.
And when you're out looking for an event venue to hold a wedding at, a reception, or a corporate event, the best thing about us is that we are a full service venue. So when you come in, a lot of venues are just like, here's the building, you do the rest. And as a bride, as one of the brides of Eberly, we walk with you through the process. And we cater. We have not only food catering, but we have full bar services. And we do that all in-house. We have decor packages. We have some decor that's just available. And then we have services such as wedding services. The venue comes with setup and tear down and all of those kind of things for you already, and as well as day of coordination. And that day of coordination is both for weddings and for corporate events. So we don't just toss you in a room and expect you to have to do all this yourself. Weddings are expensive. And if we can help a bride or a corporate event lessen their costs by helping provide some of those things, so they're not buying a bunch of things that they're only going to use once. And what do we do with it after that? What do you do with 20 candles after,
Right.
And so, so if we can, help and provide those things, we do that. So we're very much a full service venue. We have a different concept than a lot of the other venues out there.
I love that. And even as a person who does a lot of corporate work, you don't want to have to worry about things when you're doing corporate either, because you're already not in your element. You're, trying to be prepared. So I think that is brilliant. I'm glad you shared that. So you've got the Mary Kay and the Kids Closet and the Eberly Farm venue. Who's your best customer then?
So all my businesses overlap somewhat, if you can believe that. I can work with women and men as young as 13 on their skincare. They come to me to get married at Eberly Farm. They can come to me to celebrate their corporate parties at Eberly Farm, anniversaries, birthdays, all sorts of things like that. When they have children and grandchildren, they can sell and shop with me at Kids Closet. And so throughout their life, and then starting again with their children, I can repeat these processes through their lifetime. So, most of my customers now, I'm now taking care of their children and other members of their family as well, as their children are growing up. And so that's really fun. And then like I said, with Kids Closet, it's very generational. So I'll have moms that are coming to me and then grandmas that are coming to me. And we just service a very large segment of the population through all the businesses. So
I love that. Great.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I look at when entertaining purchasing or starting a new business. Personally, it's how will it help or correspond to the businesses that I already have, or will it serve my current customers in a new and helpful way?
Very, very thoughtful and strategic for sure. So of the businesses, I'm thinking maybe Kids Closet had impact during COVID, but what changes have you had to make because of COVID or?
So we actually bought Kids Closet in the middle of like right at the very beginning of 2021. So we were in the middle of 2020 negotiating and coming to figure out how to purchase this business that was very uncertain whether we were going to even be able to be open. So that was interesting. With Mary Kay, I was, just smack dab in the middle of it. And I was actually, sounds terrible, but I was actually wanting a vacation. And so when the president came on and said, "Hey, everybody go home for 2 weeks," I was like, I get a vacation. Yeah, that was not good. Yeah. But anyway, but what actually happened is I never stopped working in my business. The beauty and skincare industry actually increased over 200% that year. So I went home thinking I was going to sit on my couch and watch Netflix for a couple weeks with the rest of the world. And in fact, the opposite happened. I was out doing porch drop deliveries, doing Zoom consultations, helping people during that whole time. And I didn't get a break, and my business actually grew during that time. So it was fun. The changes, obviously, we're on Zoom right now. The changes have really been in that direction where more things can happen on Zoom. With Eberly, I Zoom call with some of my brides. They don't have to necessarily come into the venue. With the kids sale, it's a little different. There's a lot of there was a lot of changes during the pandemic that are not there now. So there's not a lot of changes that we had to keep permanently. But there were some, at the time, space requirements of how many people we could have in the building at a time and those kind of things. But it's kind of went back to what it was before. So all the businesses were impacted somewhat, but in overly positive ways overall. So,
yeah, I was going to say you came over the top of that one.
Right.
That's awesome. So you've been a business owner for a long time and entrepreneurial. What's been your biggest learning in business? And I know that's a hard question, but I bet you have an answer.
Yeah. So, every business is completely different and completely the same all at the same time. Each have their own little special quirks that make them unique to the market they serve. But also the undercurrent of most of my businesses is simply to meet a need in the general public. And so, all of them, all of them have something. With Mary Kay, anyone with skin is eligible. I can serve anyone in the public with that. With the kids sales, like I said before, they're generational. So moms, dads, grandparents, we even work with teachers and schools and daycares, and just to provide stuff that they're needing at a good price. And of course, with Eberly Farm, anyone that wants to get married or have a gathering or a special event, we're the place to come to.
You get to do all the fun times in people's lives. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's great.
Not by accident.
Yes. So we're going to have this video will go out. There'll also be a newsletter. And so do you have any offers that you would like us to include in the newsletter and then also people will hear it on the video for either or all of your companies?
Yeah. So I love to work with people. So if you're someone who, if you're looking for someone to help you with an aspect of your skin or maybe a makeover, and you don't already have a Mary Kay consultant that you work with, that is a free consultation with me. And I'll give anyone who mentions this newsletter when booking an appointment with me a special swag bag made just for you. It'll be special. No one will be the same. And with Kids Closet, anyone who mentions this newsletter when coming to shop with us, our next sale is in February, held at Wichita Hoops. And we do it twice a year, February and August. So every February, every August, Wichita Hoops, that's where you can find us.
Okay.
And you'll get a $10 gift card at the door. And finally, anyone who mentions this newsletter when booking a special event at Eberly Farm will receive a free lights package or a decor package. And those can be custom figured out to your event. So
yeah. Those are generous. I appreciate that. So in your industry, I guess maybe in just business in general, what do you find the most inspiring about what you do?
Yeah, so this is a fun question for me because I absolutely love the culture of Mary Kay. The ability to speak into people's lives and make a real difference. When I started with Mary Kay, I was the biggest critic of thinking that you could change lives with a tube of lipstick. But because of the structure, the climate, the values, and the culture that have been woven into this company since it was made 60 years ago, it truly can be a life-changing place, regardless of what your goals are with business. You can take things that you learn in Mary Kay and apply them to other parts of your life. And it's just,
Yes.
it's just an inspiring environment to be in general. For the other businesses, it's inspiring and fulfilling to see the families that we help, whether by helping them sell the items they no longer need with Kids Closet to purchase the items they need for their family at a fraction of the cost, or the direct to the public donations we make right after the sale, where we're just getting things out to the people in need in our community. And I love that it all stays local in our community. So the money's staying local, the help is staying local, and that to see how that affects the people that we can serve is truly, I mean, I sleep very well at night knowing the people that I can help with that. And that's inspiring to me.
It is inspiring. Hearing you say that is inspiring.
Yeah, thank you. And being able to watch, we have had some of the most beautiful weddings and beautiful unions at the farm, just watching people dedicate their lives to each other, and just it's a truly beautiful thing to see. And then we have some amazing corporations that work with us at Eberly Farm, and they bring their family, their corporation, right. Their work is their family. They bring those people together, and you can tell they love each other, and they just want to spend time together and celebrate. And I have employers that are just like, we love our employees so much. I want to treat them well. And it's so inspiring to see that there are companies out there that just love on their people so much.
That's great. Yeah. Well, so I know you keep yourself educated. What's your favorite book, or a book you might recommend to other people in business and entrepreneurs?
So hands down is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And that is a timeless, wonderful book for anyone to glean wisdom from. And then anything Mary Kay wrote. She was friends with Art Linkletter and Dale Carnegie and a lot of those guys. And so a lot of the things that she infused into her books and into her life and into her business, she was friends with them. She hung around the right people. And so it showed.
She had her five. Okay, so what's the best way for people to find you for any of the businesses?
Best place to find me is on Facebook or Instagram. You can find Eberly Farm Event Venue on Facebook and Instagram. You can find Kids Closet Wichita on Facebook or Instagram. Okay. And then you can also just look me up personally, Stacy Rogers, and connect with me. And I'm happy to, everything's public. You can see everything I talk about on my page or on my personal page, and you can just, make a connection with me. I love relationships. I love getting to know people and to help people on a deeper level than just surface business. So
it's awesome. It's obvious too. Well, I really want to thank you, Stacy Rogers, director at Mary Kay for over 8 years now, owner of Kids Closet, purchased in 2021, bless you, and the Eberly Farm, where you're getting to see the happiness in the eyes of all those brides and family members and corporates. Thank you very much for being our guest today on the Business Spotlight. My name is Coach Lee with Action Coach Business Coaching, and it's been my pleasure to interview you today, and I will be talking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.